We begin tonight with the United Auto Workers strike against the Big Three and the domino effect that could have on the U.S. economy. At midnight, workers walked off the job at 3 plants in Wayne, Michigan, Toledo, Ohio, and Wentzville, Missouri. That's when the UAW contract with the automakers expired. President Joe Biden addressed the strike earlier today, calling on both sides to reach an agreement. At the heart of the issue, more pay and better benefits. Union officials say they had no other choice.
Continue our active engagement. I'm dispatching 2 members of my team to Detroit, Acting Labor Secretary Julie Hsu and White House Senior Advisor Gene Sperling, both of whom have been involved up to now, to offer their full support for the parties in reaching a contract.
Today is business as usual at the GM facility in Wyoming, the only one in West Michigan. I asked the experts whether the union's strategy of targeting a few facilities at a time would likely be enough to move the needle at the bargaining table.
That certainly introduces a lot of uncertainty into the mix for sure. And I think that's sort of by design, that the union's sort of designing to try to keep the automakers on their heels.
Which says auto analyst Mike Wall could be some of the first to feel the pinch.
Certainly this is disruptive to the automakers, obviously. But when you start going down the supply chain, there's a lot of vulnerability down the supply chain. Suppliers have gone through proverbial hell over these last 3.5 years. And this is just another hurdle we're having to overcome.
He says the stoppages will also have ripple effects on broader segments of the local economy.
It's that multiplier effect. Local businesses that are providing lunches to workers and dinners and it's not just those assembly plants. It's that downstream supply chain, and the reverberations are significant.
Economists have suggested a long-term strike could cost the local economy around $150 million every week. It may also, says Wall, motivate both sides to come to an agreement.
Again, this is day one of this strike, and I think a lot is to be determined over hopefully these next few days and really the next week or so, and hopefully we'll get a little more visibility on that front.
If these targeted actions don't motivate Detroit's Big Three to strike a deal, UAW leadership has suggested members may stage a general walkout against all 3 at once.